There are a lot of leveraged Bitcoin exchanges currently on the market. BitMEX, Deribit, Bybit, PrimeBit, FTX, the list goes on. Now, not wanting to get left behind, KuCoin has just launched their very own leveraged futures exchange, and it is called KuMEX, the KuCoin Mercantile Exchange. However, with so much competition, is this exchange really worth trying? My name is Guy, and in this video I will attempt to answer just that. I'll take an in-depth look at the platform, as well as provide you with some top tips on how to make the most of it. So be sure to stick around till the very end for my golden nuggets of wisdom. Quick disclaimers before we get going. This should not be considered investment advice, and I am not your leverage trading advisor. Always be sure to do your own research and practice adequate risk management. Also, if you're new to the Bureau, then a very good day to you. Why don't you lightly tap that subscribe button and ping that ringing bell? I release these videos regularly, so you'll want to get them the moment they hit the tube. Okay, enough with the fluff, next with KuMEX. KuMEX is a futures exchange that is owned and operated by KuCoin. For those who do not know, KuCoin is a relatively popular cryptocurrency exchange that's based in Singapore. It was launched in 2017 and has been expanding its reach both across industries and business lines. One of these business lines has been cryptocurrency derivative products, which in June of 2019 brought KuMEX. This is not too uncommon, as other large cryptocurrency exchanges such as Binance have launched their own futures trading platforms. It seems leverage is lucrative. And speaking of leverage, KuMEX offers about the same as the other exchanges, with up to 100 times multiples. Of course, there are a number of other unique features which I liked about KuMEX, which I will cover in a bit. When it comes to coverage, KuMEX can accept traders from all of the same regions that KuCoin operates in. With a global audience in mind, KuMEX has been translated into 13 different languages. There are some restricted countries though, prime amongst them probably being the United States. Now, of course, one of the most important questions any trader will ask of an exchange is whether it is safe. So let's dive into that, shall we? Given that this is operated by KuCoin, it will follow much of the same security procedures and policies as are present at the main exchange. I'm talking majority cold storage, multisig hot wallets, robust server infrastructure, and user-side security procedures such as two-factor authentication. Speaking of which, I would encourage you to set up your authentication app the moment that you have created an account. Remember, only you can stop phishing attacks, and your phone is one of the last remaining barriers. Moving on though, given that KuMEX is a leveraged futures exchange, it will also have to have procedures in place to manage the risk of the trading pool. And this is through their insurance fund. Insurance funds are quite common for leverage trading, and they're basically backstops in order to eliminate the chance of socialized losses. This insurance fund is replenished from margin accounts that remain on liquidation of a trade. I'll cover more of this in a bit. Another really important asset of KuMEX has to be their unique trading engine. They claim that this is able to process up to 1 million transactions every minute with less than a 1 millisecond delay. It's also a, quote, multi-level disaster tolerant. What the hell does that mean? Well, it ensures uptime. Those who've been using BitMEX will no doubt have experienced their almost routine downtime that happens at the most inopportune moments. These can be especially destructive when trading high leverage with an asset as volatile as Bitcoin. Okay, so KuMEX appears to be relatively safe, but what else does this exchange offer? Well, one of the first things I should point out about KuMEX is that you currently can only trade Bitcoin futures, both perpetual and quarterly. So if you're interested in a futures platform that has more crypto asset coverage, I've suggested a few in the description. Having said that, something that you may appreciate about KuMEX is that their trading fees are slightly lower than those of competing exchanges such as Bybit, BitMEX et al. They operate a maker-taker fee model where the market maker will get a rebate of 0.02% on their trades. However, if you're a taker, then you will only be charged 0.06%. The maker rebate is the same as the other exchanges, but the taker fee is 0.010% less than the fee at the other leveraged exchanges. So all things equal, you'll have a cheaper trading experience at KuMEX. Now, for those of you who are slightly confused by the terminology, a market maker is a trader that's providing liquidity to the order books and hence is rewarded for it. Those who are takers remove this liquidity and hence will have to pay a higher fee. I've covered this and much more in our long-form KuMEX review, which I've linked to below, so feel free to check it out. Moving on though, let's take a bit of a closer look at the registration process at KuMEX. This is actually the same as KuCoin, as their client databases are the same. If you do not have an account at KuCoin, then you'll have to create one. This is a relatively quick and painless process. There is something to note though, and that is that KuCoin is a KYC exchange. This means that if you want to fully lift your trading limits, you will have to verify your account. Now, I know this may be controversial for many, especially given that most other leverage futures exchanges don't have any such requirements. How long they can continue to offer such unverified services in an era of stricter AML regulations, no one can really know. Either way, the KYC process at KuCoin is quick and should have your account verified in under 4 hours. When I did it, it took over a day, but that is because my ID document was not the most clear. I should also point out that there is a testnet at KuMEX. This is basically a completely identical platform and website that's available for testing purposes. Here you can test out the platform as well as use it to refine bots you've developed for their API. More on this below. So if you want to test out the platform, you'll have to create a separate account on the testnet subdomain right here. Let's move on now to the most important factors for any crypto exchange, their trading platform. So let's dive into the belly of the beast. Now, the first thing that you need to know about the KuMEX trading platform is that there are two of them. They have their advanced trading platform that can pretty much rival any other platform of a leveraged exchange. However, they also have their recently launched Lite platform, which is way more beginner friendly. Given that it's fresh out of the box, let's start with the latter, shall we? Here you have the user interface of the Lite platform. The first thing that you'll notice is the simplicity. A simple line chart with no real charting functionality. A simple order form to either go long or short. Quick and easy order parameters like leverage and trade size can be set in an instant. It's quite clear that the KuMEX team designed this platform with the beginner cryptocurrency trader in mind. However, if you are a beginner trader and you're starting out on the Lite platform, then I would definitely suggest that you opt for lower leverage levels. This is especially true given that you can't place stop orders. Back to the platform though, you'll also notice this handy top-ranked traders section where you can judge your performance with the others on the platform. Right next to it is a market sentiment indicator. This is basically a simple indication of how the market is positioned. Use it with a pinch of salt though. So, all in all, a clean and intuitive platform that is so simple to use. Deceptively so. Let's switch gears now and take a look at their creme de la creme, their raison d'etre, their advanced trading platform. Here you have the advanced trading platform on KuMEX. You'll immediately notice the range of features that are on offer for you to refine your trading strategies. Firstly, it's important to note that this is just the default layout. The platform actually consists of a number of panels that you can move around and place in your preferred location. This is also great for those traders who like to split their trading interface across numerous monitors. In terms of the charting software, it's TradingView. Technical traders will know TradingView well as it's one of the most prolific third-party charting and analysis providers. So if you formulate your charts on TradingView, then it will be pretty easy to port over your analysis here. There are also a number of other panels that you can add to your interface. You have the market depth chart, recent orders, open market orders, and your complete order history and P&L breakdown. Then right here you have the order forms with all of the advanced order parameters. There is quite a lot of functionality here. You can choose limit or market orders, stop orders, and adjust the time in force. I've explained what each of these mean and how they can be used in our long form review. Oh, and here's a pro tip. If you want to secure yourself that market maker status and get that order rebate, then you can place a post-only order. Basically, these orders are cancelled if there is a contra order and hence eliminates the possibility of you being a market taker. One order parameter that is unique to KuMEX and that I've not seen at other exchanges is their hidden order. With this, when you place an order, it's kept off of the books. This can help reduce the impact of large orders on the broader market and prevent you spooking said market. Pretty useful. And while we're on the topic of orders, I cannot stress how important it is to always use adequate stop orders. This is the case both for stop losses and take profits. Doing so allows you to formulate well thought out entry and exit levels and removes the dubious psychological components from trading. Moving on though, let's take a look at some of the other features of KuMEX, shall we? Any programmers out there? Well, you'll be happy to know that KuMEX also has a fairly robust API. This means that you can build up your own trading bots and hone your algorithms to secure that lucrative crypto alpha. You can read more about the API in the docs that I've linked to below, but you have a fairly wide array of functionality. There is both a WebSocket version as well as a REST API. The REST version has SDKs that are available in PHP and Java, so well-known languages. Now, when it comes to mobile trading, there is no standalone KuMEX mobile app, but futures trading is integrated into the KuCoin mobile app. As you can see here, all you'll need to do is select contracts and this will take you to the KuMEX trading interface where you can manage your trades. I should say though that I'm not the biggest fan of mobile trading in general. I sometimes find it clunky to rely on one screen to monitor your important levels. This is especially true when trading with high leverage on a futures platform. Having said that, mobile trading can be a decent supplement when you're away from your desk. One more thing that I want to touch on now is the customer support at KuMEX. Why customer support? Well, it's one of the most important requirements for me when it comes to exchanges. I've been on the receiving end of some pretty shoddy exchange support, and it's one of the most frustrating things in the world. Given that KuMEX is operated by KuCoin, you are really just using the latter's customer support function. This is quite effective and one is able to get a response usually within only a few hours. I tested this out with a question on account limits and they got back to me in under 2 hours. To put that into context, there are some exchanges, which shall remain nameless, where I have had to wait over 2 days for any sort of response. They handle customer queries through a ticket support system. Although slightly impersonal, it does mean that your ticket is routed to the right department and answered as quickly as possible. And here is another pro tip. If you want to expedite your orders, then you could always hit them up in one of their social media channels with your ticket number. There are numerous Telegram groups, Reddit subreddits, and other social media platforms where KuCoin is actively engaging with their traders. Of course, there may not even be a need for you to chase a ticket if you don't even raise one. If your question was more general in nature, then there is an extensive FAQ section with answers to most questions you can ask. Oh, and if you had a burning question right now, be sure to leave it in the comments and I will try to get back to you. It's time to wrap up this KuMEX review with a few concluding thoughts. I was pleasantly surprised with it. At first, I was skeptical given how many other leverage trading platforms exist on the market. But the KuMEX offering has some unique features and selling points that stuck out for me. For example, that Lite trading platform is quite impressive. Simple, clean, uncluttered, and well designed. Not everyone's cup of tea, but that is why they have their more advanced platform. So basically something for everyone. The exchange is also trying to undercut most of their competitors with those reduced taker fees. While 0.01% may seem minimal right now, over long periods of trading the compound effect builds up. It's also worth reminding you that trading fees are based on notional size, which is often quite large. Of course, it also helps to note that KuMEX is backed by a larger exchange in KuCoin. They're able to piggyback off their expertise, security, and financial heft. Of course, there are some things that I would like to see improved. For example, they only have Bitcoin futures, which can be quite limiting, especially for those altcoin traders out there. There's also a general lack of educational resources and guides. Futures trading is still a relatively new concept for many in the crypto space, and this could have helped to augment their knowledge. Finally, this is still a new exchange and as such has no established track record. Yes, it can ride on the KuCoin name, but it still needs to be tried and tested before it can be fully accepted by our community. And that, my fellow crypto fans, is my review of KuMEX. Tell me though, have any of you guys used KuMEX? What has been your experience? Any questions for me? Hit me up in the comments. And of course, if you found this video vaguely helpful, then let it be known. Smash up that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Much more of your favorite crypto content will be with you soon. Oh, while I have you guys here, I have something important to share. I've recently started a weekly newsletter. In it, I release my top market tips, share the coins that I've personally got my eye on, as well as the most insane crypto promotions I can find. Keen? Then be sure to drop your email in the sign-up form I've provided below. You won't regret it, and no spam, I promise. See you in my next video.